Greetings, church family. Well, there's a lot going on, and there's a lot to tell you about this week as we have finally prepared for our fall launch. And what does that mean for Hillsiders come September? Well, here's the lowdown. First of all, September and October is all we're going to plan for right now in the midst of this COVID. We're not going to set things in stone. And even for that, we don't know if we'll have to change midstream if this COVID would get worse or if it would let up. But anyways, here are our plans for September and October. Number one, the one thing that's simple is Sunday morning. We're going to continue what same thing we're doing through September and October, 9:30 with masks on the whole time, 11 o'clock with masks off once you're seated, same routine. Okay, number two, we are going to be launching a number of small groups, and most of those are listed out in pretty much detail in the newsletter. We'll get more information about those as we can, but join a small group for September, October, maybe even beyond. And there are a number of options available to you. So those are listed in the newsletter, and please check them out. And that's going to be one of our main ways for fellowship. And of course, that way you're not only getting contaminated with germs of just a few people, we hope not, but you're welcome to keep the mask on and go to your small groups, or you can, once you get seated again, take off the mask once your small group is settled in your seats. Now, the third thing is to surround ourselves with a common mission during this time. We need to rally together at this time where we feel so fragmented and far apart from each other. So we are adopting Eastview Elementary School, just a few blocks away from us. As much as the church is going through strange times, the schools are going through even more strange times and difficulties. I mean, they're limited in they can't bring in volunteers this year, they're limited in teachers' aides, and just all the regulations and safety procedures they have to follow. So we're going to try to help and support them in whatever way we can. So we're going to do that in at least 2, maybe 3 ways, okay? So number one, we're telling you about a way that we can just park and pray over there. And we're asking you to do that once a week. And there's just a couple times where we suggest that you don't do it, but otherwise it's up to you when you do it. Go to Eastview sometime during each week and park and pray a few minutes for the school, for the staff, for the teachers, for the kids, and all what they're going through. Number two, we are going to ask families in the church to adopt one teacher. If they have a teacher's aide, that would be 2 people. And then once a month, you would write notes to them, or the principal is going to get release forms so that we are able to do this, and we can be faith-based, and we can talk about, we can list scriptures, and we can build them up through Christ. Of course, the goal is to encourage, not to evangelize, or not to hammer down the gospel. It's to encourage them, but through Jesus Christ and His Word. So we are looking for you and a number of Hillsiders, whether you stay home on Sundays or whether you don't. We need a number of you to write notes, and you'll be given a teacher and maybe an aide that you can write notes to. And you can then you bring them to me by the end of the month. One note is all you need, but if you want to do more, but if you bring them to the church at the end of the month, then Pastor Becky or myself will deliver them for you. One person at the school, that's the pastor, or Pastor Becky, and so that you don't have to even worry about delivering or anything like that. Just write the note, encouraging card, and that's all you need to do once a month during the school year. Option number 3, so here's the one that's the big risk, but also maybe the high reward one as well. But to do this, I need 8 volunteers to commit for 6 or 7 weeks at least through the middle of September through October. And I need to know if you're on board immediately. Because what we hope to do, and this could be exciting, is that we hope to have a few of those kids at Eastview come to our church sometime during Wednesday daytime, and we are going to help them with their homework. It's called Homework Helpers. Now, of course, the school will advertise for us. They will even train us on an element called Seesaw, and we'll be able to do all that here in this building, if we have enough volunteers to do so. So if you're free on Wednesdays and are able to help us during this time, we would love to provide this program for the schools. Again, we're not going to take more kids than we can handle. We're only going to take a small amount based on our volunteers. We're not going to get overwhelmed with kids. And we're also going to give them some Christian education and some emotional, spiritual support. But can you come to our church for at least 6 or 7 weeks, maybe not every single week, but most weeks, and help kids out for 2 or 3 hours each week? And if we can get volunteers and people committed in this next week to do so, we will put this program together. The school will advertise for us, the school will train us, and we can be of support to those kids and families in need this year. So, with all that said, that's what we're doing. Worship Sunday mornings, small groups, Bible studies, healing classes, healing groups during the week, and then supporting Eastview as our common mission in one of 3 ways, for sure, one of at least 2 ways. Praying, parking and praying, notes of encouragement to a teacher that you will be given, and potentially homework helper on Wednesdays at the church if we get the volunteers. Now, with all that said, let me shift gears for you. Got one other thing to tell you. Lots going on. We've been committed at this point for the board of our church to hiring a part-time custodian. We can afford, we can do this, we can do a 5-hour-a-week position. We are planning on doing it during the daytime on Fridays, and it pays $12.50 an hour, and it is hard work. But if you know somebody or you're interested in applying, we do need a resume, and you can talk to me or you can send it to senior pastor at srpastor@hillsidewc.net with the resume included, attached. And we would like to start hiring someone to make sure our building is clean and ready to go for Sunday mornings. So there you have it. Lots going on. Lots of excitement going on. Also, finish up the sermon series this week. You want to make sure you catch the ending of all this and join the adventure at Hillside. We'll see you soon, folks.